Here we go again.
What a genuine genius this guy is. Just literally getting everyone else in the world, all the other creators in the world, to be doing his freaking bidding for him and his advertising for him. And then you know who he picks? All the biggest creators, all the FaZe, all the that new Como house, all the AMP. He just a sketch.
Right on cue, after the announcement of the participants of Streamer University, we have think piece after think piece about who belongs and who doesn't. People are criticizing Kai Cenat, saying that there's nothing but BBL women in there's nothing but friends in there's nothing but celebrities in there, and there's nothing but big streamers in there. And to be honest with you, this is something that Kai Cenat called almost verbatim that people will be criticizing him for.
A lot of niggas about to hate me after this, whether it's good or bad, whatever it is. A lot of niggas are going to hate me. Yeah. I can see the TikTok think pieces already. We don't get accepted. We didn't get accepted.
And I guess if you look at the biggest names on the roster, then maybe I could understand how some people are getting to these conclusions, but honestly, they are wrong. Not only are you seeing celebrities, but you're seeing big streamers, professors, people who have already had motion. But when you start to break down the numbers as to who is in Streaming University, you realize that, I ain't gonna lie, people are turning a blind eye to the reality of the fact, and it's probably based on the fact that they are jealous that they didn't get in. It seems as though the backlash is misguided. It's never supposed to be let anybody in university. So I think we need to break down who got into Streamer University and why people are hating so much. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long, long way for the channel. If you subscribe, I'm gonna let you into Omizi University, except for the freak balls. Some of the freak balls, y'all can't be here. Now, back into the video.
Streamer University, is it not for streamers trying to make it? You're putting millionaires into the team! What does he need this for?
It's my
Okay. I think this clip got muted.
University. Oh, these guys stink. In the aftermath of Streamer University's acceptance list, I've had to have my
Are they brothers? I didn't think about it. They are brothers, I think.
Content creators, streamers, Twitter people, Instagram people about their think pieces and theories as to why that there are so many celebrities and big name streamers in Streamer University. This tweet says, I'm not gonna lie, Kai only picked like max 5 people who were affiliates or had a low following. Not speaking for myself, by the way, I'm partner. Everybody else was either partnered or super known already. It was damn near 90% women also. This other tweet says, that's a damn shame, Kai.
I know statistics. Shout out, bro. I ain't seen. He don't play 2K?
Only for him to choose streamers that are already well known. What was the point of acting like you were trying to find new raw talent if the talent is already famous people? Boy, confirmation bias is for some of these people. Look, if you only look at the most recognizable names, it can feel like only the big creators got in, the small creators got pushed to the side. And when people see celebrities, big streamers, and professors all on the same roster, it makes the whole thing feel more exclusive than it actually is. But honestly, this is where the backlash becomes misleading to me. People are reacting to the names that they recognize and not the full roster.
Did Kai Cenat actually ignore small streamers? 40% of the streamers that got accepted averaged 1 to 150 viewers per stream. So to me, I consider these small streamers, and they made up 40%.
Yo, how do you pull this?
Now, from all the people who averaged 0 to 150 viewers, 16 people got accepted, averaging less than 25 viewers per stream. Now, these are people who were super consistent. They have been streaming for weeks, months, maybe even years, and they haven't been getting much love. So the really small streamers are pretty well represented here.
Now, shouts out to that guy who put together that comprehensive video about the data behind who got into Streamer University and who didn't, because he confirmed what I felt as I watched the Streamer University announcement list live. 40% of accepted streamers had between 1 and 150 viewers. Now, in the grand scheme of it all, that's decently sized, but nobody would say that that's a big streamer. 18% had 150 to 500 viewers. 17.5% are non-streamers and people who only started streaming recently. That's 76%. That's more than 3/4 of the streamers being what we would call smaller streamers or just non-streamers at all. Only 4.2% of the people that made it were people who averaged 10,000 or more viewers. And I felt the same exact way when I was watching it in real time, looking up people go from 1 live viewer to 20,000 live viewers. So this idea that Kai Cenat accepted just the biggest names in the content creation space, the massive streamers only, that's just not true. Now, of course, you're gonna have the big name celebrities and bigger streamers involved, which we'll get into a little bit later, but a lot of the backlash is based on people reacting to those names that are huge and not recognizing the full picture. They can't see the forest for the trees. Is that it? I think I said it right this time. I don't know. But once the data shows that there are small creators, the argument then transitions to why not pick even more unknown people? That's where people are forgetting about the auditions.
Every time you
with that nigga, I lose. I'm the one that gotta pay for it. But he the one who think he the man in Compton, cause he is. Now you gonna get off his corner, you gonna let his people be, or by all means, you gonna have to find a new plug. You don't mean that shit. The I don't. I built this shit. Me, brick by brick. And I refuse
Shut up,
to
Punchy, bro.
because you don't like the way another nigga talk. How you doing, Kyle?
Yeah, this. How you doing, Kyle?
See, this is the part where people are forgetting. You didn't need some sort of big platform to get Kai Cenat's attention. You didn't need a huge social media presence. The auditions were the opportunity for you to show your personality, talent, confidence, or something memorable. The big guy who performed the snowfall scene and the guy who arrested Kai Cenat, which I thought was the most funniest thing in the world, are perfect examples of these.
For here from the Amos Department of Corrections, could you kindly stand up for me? We're here to issue you a few citations. So you have two options. We're going to offer you 2 deals. I need you to hire me as the hall monitor for Streamer University. As you can see, I'm very competent at my job, and I've been doing this for a very long time. So that's one way to go, or you'll be apprehended at the scene as we speak.
Okay, I can't accept now.
They didn't ask Kai Cenat for a chance. They used the moment to show presence. And for the big guy specifically, that helped him get in. There has to be some sort of baseline in these auditions. Streamer University just can't accept anybody in because they wanted badly. Hell, everybody in that line wanted it badly. But as somebody who was a part of the Atlanta auditions, think about if Kai Cenat let all 2,200 of those people in, 2,200 people from the New York one, 2,200 from the LA. At some point, come on, guys, I don't know what people are expecting.
They was doing the absolute most to get in, though.
Process, because I know people thought that was also a waste of time. See, this type of thinking is what I hate. It's not a waste at all. Being a streamer is literally putting yourself out there for opportunities. Most people don't even have that courage to do so and want to take that leap of faith to try. Showing up in and of itself was an opportunity for you to get content, for you to get visibility, and for you to network and create some type of experience. I know a lot of people saw an influx in viewership, whether it be on their short form content, their long form content, their live stream, just because they were doing, saying, or being around Streamer University. And at the end of the day, this is literally what being a content creator is about. Putting yourself out there in a safe and respectful way of yourself and others, but just getting out there and experiencing something totally different and new. And this is where the conversation for a lot of these people who didn't get in and are upset today gets a little uncomfortable because they felt like they were a small streamer and Kai Cenat's not letting small streamers in. Small streamer doesn't just mean a random person who deserves some sort of chance. Small streamer means somebody who has proven something, but just doesn't have the viewership yet.
I'm fucking trans, bro. I'll be transitioning OD. I was on TikTok live with all girls. Then I went to Twitch, and then I had no views. Then I built up an all guys, all dudes. I started doing girl content, risen. I blew up with that. The only people who consistently grow in content creation and social media are the people who can transition. If you can't transition, your career lifespan is gonna be way more shorter.
This is where people confuse being small with unqualified. A creator can average under 500 viewers and still have years, and I do mean years of experience. They can have clips, community, editing reps, personality, and real content identity. Brayden is a good example of that. He started in short form, then moved to the IRL streaming with the girls, and then realized, hey, he's not gonna build a real community doing that. So then he shifted towards more of the personality being the product. This is the type of creator that Streamer University makes sense for. Not someone who magically becomes a creator overnight. Somebody who's been trying, adjusting, failing, and trying to figure out exactly what their content is. Even when I go and look for somebody who is
true, bro.
to be
I'm gonna say that for me, even like with content creation, I done went down different loops. First you had 2K, then you had me just playing different games. Then I went into motivational style. That worked. Doing wrestling now, that works. So it's like you gotta find your spot, and you also gotta be creative in that spot that you pick. So always remember that, y'all.
Undiscovered streamer or a next big content creator, I look at their entire scope, not just what you did in a year, but do you really understand the process? Did you hop into 2K and then switch from gaming to something more IRL?
See, I just said that.
Some talking head videos. Have you gone through all of these different things to understand what works and what doesn't work in multiple niches? And then once you understand that, you can make anything work, to be quite honest. And if you look at that, that's consistent about all the big streamers and content creators across the internet. Hell, even Kai Cenat went from gaming to pranks to stories to what he is now. And that path that he's got makes Kai Cenat one of the best A&Rs in the business. He's really got an eye for talent.
Kai Cenat put me on to Speed, actually. First time I watched Speed was when I was in the AMP house, and Speed was barking in his room and he was sweating, and I think he just hit 1 million subs. And Kai Cenat said, nah, Speed is up next. And I'm like, what is this? He's just some barking in his room, shirtless, sweaty. He's like, nah, he got it. Look where Speed is now, bro. And Kai Cenat was right. He has an eye for talent. That's why the Stream University is so cool.
Kai isn't just looking at numbers. He's looking for presence,
personality,
and people who can actually handle attention. But even if Kai has an eye for talent, Streamer University is still not just a charity event. It's also a live stream event. And that means that the roster needs some sort of balance.
It is a business, and
it makes sense that he was gonna have some bigger streamers in there. I never took that away. I understood that. It was just certain people that didn't stream, but then it's like, okay, he did say new upcoming streamers, so I get it. So if they just started, a little bit understandable. But it hurts because I know some of them probably won't stream again. Like some people stopped streaming and then they start streaming again until they became an alumni. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie.
the type of people that were picked for that streaming university, you could tell the catalog, the type of people that they pick. And it's no hard feelings against them. It's just the vibe, the energy that he going for with the 2026 class.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
I kind of feel that sentiment. Like, yeah, it shouldn't be people that are Twitch partner picked or people that already have some
like
motion picked. But again, like, game is game. That's just simply how this has been.
I think that a lot of people don't understand that at the end of the day, there has to be some sort of balance that goes into all of this. Naturally, Kai Cenat can't have all big names and all big streamers. He can't have all women. He can't have all men. He can't have all small streamers. There has to be some sort of balance. So when I listen to some of these criticisms of people when they talk about Stream University, I just feel as though they're not hitting the nail on the head and they're not seeing the forest for the trees.
Kai Cenat, we're not watching that bullshit. We're not watching Celebrity University. Why the f is Lizzo's, Geo? Like, what the f are you doing, my nigga?
Dream Doll? I just want to give a message to all those people out there that went and lined up. What you need to work on is your clout. Get your clout up. Don't look for Stream University to be the thing that catapults you. If you haven't noticed, it's mainly Kai Cenat bringing in people who got clout and a bunch of females who got semi-clout.
If Kai Cenat was to fill it with all the big names in the world, it would feel more like an award show as opposed to something that is real and authentic, which is the basis.
There is some good amount of small streamers in there that people don't peep.
It would feel like some sort of OnlyFans event. If you filled it with just the bros, it would feel like a sausage party. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not trying to say that. If it was to fill it with all,
you one of his bros, nigga.
I'm telling y'all, working in this industry before, I have had so many issues with just working with just smaller streamers. It's actually crazy. Not that there's anything inherently bad with them. It's just that they're not there yet. The audience still needs storylines. The stream still needs recognizable faces. The professors need some sort of experience to bring attention and structure. The mid-level creators bring momentum, and the smaller creators bring discovery. That's the mix right there. Streaming University is not just who deserves it the most. It's also who
that nigga was so mad.
Audience who can teach, who can network, and who can make the event entertaining. Now, does that mean the mix is always gonna be perfect? No. Some celebrity picks are fair to question. This one Twitter user asking, why is Lizzo here after she went from being a Grammy Award-winning artist to where she is now is valid, but I think if you look at
Lizzo's career and what's going on, I was shocked by the pick, but I was actually like, that's not a bad pick. Every professor that got picked was actually pretty decent and good at what they was teaching. So I'm just saying, take that away.
On in her space, especially with the last albums, as it all makes sense to me. If you want to question a professor, I think that's
she probably was talking about releasing of a new album there. You gotta think about it, bro. Shit's still business at the end. So,
and some of the baddies may have gotten off of vibes and aura. Okay, fine. I want to ask, what would you do? A few questionable picks don't make the entire roster a scam. A lot of the anger feels like people turning rejection into proof that the whole thing was rigged. Some people are mad because they didn't get picked. Some people are mad because their favorite content creator didn't get picked. Some people are mad because they thought Streamer University was just going to be some sort of open door giveaway. But not getting accepted does not mean that the whole process was pointless. And it definitely doesn't mean that there should be no criteria at all. Look, Streamer University is not perfect. I promise you nothing in this world is. Kai can still be criticized for certain picks. But the whole idea that Streamer University is for big streamers and celebrities only, that's just not true. The roster has small, middle, new, big, and it has professors. The balance is the point. Look, I challenge people this weekend to go on Twitch, to go on Kick, to go on YouTube, to go on Rumble, to go on TikTok, whatever. Scroll down and look at the people who were on the smaller side that you felt like should have got in, or who criticized Kai Cenat for making a list. And then look at their content. And then look at how consistent they've been. And then ask yourself, is this person who is doing chess streams, who is very monotone, who's 67, do you think that they would fit into Streamer University? Do you think that this Instagram person who only has like 3 or 4 posts and they put in an application application to Stream. Do you think that they deserve to be in Stream University? This woman on Instagram said, at Kai Cenat, I thought Stream University was meant for small creators who are trying to perfect their craft and grow, not people who are already famous and have millions of dollars in their bank accounts. I'm not even a streamer, and the choices made honestly upset me. It feels like a missed opportunity to give aspiring creators the exposure and guidance they actually need. If you ask me, this whole thing is a joke and a slap in these small creators' face who stood in line for hours. And when I scrolled down her page, I thought to myself,
it's funny to me that some of them stood in line for hours, but they don't stay in the house for hours, putting in time to make their content a better place. Like, that's all I'm saying. People were sitting in the house, people sitting in their house hours on end when they could have been upgrading their content, but they wasn't. But they'll sit in line at Streamer U, jizzing and jazzing all day. No, I'm not.
so where do you fit in? Like, no disrespect and no shade to her, but like, you know, content creation is for everybody. Every facet of content creation is not for everybody. I just don't understand why people believe that Stream University was supposed to be let everybody in university.
I can see the TikTok think pieces already.
It just doesn't make sense. Every institute, university, whatever you want to say, has some sort of criteria. There has to be a baseline. And the ones who are actually ready for those opportunities usually understand that. For those that didn't get in, like myself even, this isn't gonna stop me from creating content. This isn't gonna stop me from being consistent. It may change how I do content, right? Especially if that's my end goal and I want to get to that thing. I'm gonna study what's on this list. I'm going to study the trends that come up in the upcoming years, see who's hot, see who's not, all these different things, and then, oh, boom, make some pivots and decisions to fit my type of content better for that. But ultimately, I'm never gonna stop learning and stop growing as a content creator. And neither should you if that's what you truly want to be. But if it takes Kai Cenat to say like, yo, I'm about to do Streamer University for you to start doing a bunch of content, get consistent, maybe post a couple IG pics here and there or whatever, just to say that you're a small creator, then I'm gonna be honest with you, this probably isn't for you. Take this year to really reflect and be different. Otherwise, you're gonna end up in the same situation next year as you did this year. Kai said he's gonna do this forever. You'll be doing this forever.